So, on the menu today, Korean brown rice cakes, which are a little bit unique. And of course, in Korea, you will see rice cakes in the spicy tteokbokki. But as I saw as well, there's this dish called rakbokki that is a mix of ramen and tteokbokki. And I'll actually be making that recipe this weekend. So I wanted to show you guys how to make these rice cakes from scratch now. So instead of white rice flour, we're gonna start off with brown rice flour. And if you don't have that available, you can just stick some brown rice in the grinder and get it nice and fine like this. I'm going to add in 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt and then 2 tablespoons of chickpea flour. And I thought, why not? Let's just add in, a little bit more nutrition while we're at it. But the chickpea flour does make the rice cakes a little softer, so it's really up to you. You can just do all brown rice flour if you want. Now, in go a half a cup of boiling water, and you just want to stir that together and knead it just slightly until it becomes a patty. And we're actually going to steam this, so just make sure that the thickness is the same throughout, and then steam it on medium-high heat for 25 minutes. So I saw in a lot of recipes this pounding method, and I think it serves to cool down the rice, but also get it a lot smoother so that we can roll it out later. And I actually found that if you just put the rice onto a rolling board and then start to knead it that way, it kind of does the same thing, but a good technique nonetheless. So when you start kneading and rolling the rice mixture into tubes, a lot of recipes will recommend you brush the board with some sesame oil. So you can definitely do that and do that with your hands as well. But if you want to be using a little less oil, I found that water actually does the same thing. So just a little bit though, because you don't want to affect the texture of the rice too much. And right now I'm kind of doing like a semi-frissage, squish the dough down and then knead it back onto itself method. And I find that kind of smoothens out the rice like the pounding was meant to do. And after about 1 to 2 minutes or so, you'll start actually feeling that the dough does get a lot more smooth and is much more malleable, because before it feels like it would have crumbled. So depending on what you like, I'm rolling 2 logs to be about 1 inch in diameter, and then the other 2 logs about a half an inch in diameter. And one is going to be my sliced rice cakes, and then the thinner ones are going to be my tteokbokki. So with the tteokbokki, which are like the little tubes, I'm wetting the knife just with a little bit of water so that it's not as sticky. And then I'm cutting each of the tubes into right around 2 inches. So with the sliced rice cakes, you just slice the thicker tubes on a diagonal. And because this is kind of like ground up rice at the moment, if there are any spots that are not smooth, simply press it back together and then you can get it smooth again. And oh, these look so gorgeous. At this stage, you can actually just throw them into the freezer so that you can use it anytime that you want. And of course, with the tteokbokki, you can just mix it in with some spicy sauce, and that would be, how you would make that. And then with the rice cakes, I've actually seen someone do a Korean stir fry with these rice cakes. So we can definitely explore those recipes that way. Anyways, I hope you all have enjoyed this DIY Korean rice cake recipe. And it was really my hope to put a little spin on it by using the brown rice flour instead of the white rice, just to, make it just a tad more nutritious. And hopefully we'll be making more recipes with them. I also hope that you guys have been enjoying the Korean vlogs so far. I really love sharing all of my explorations with you all. And for sure, stay tuned because there will be more. And remember, again, this weekend we'll be making that rakbokki ramen plus tteokbokki recipe. As usual, if you want to see more recipes like this, remember to hit that like and subscribe button. And I will see you guys all again next time. Bye!